Hey guys, Recruiter Preston here, and welcome back to a new video. As you can see, we have a different little setup here. I am traveling back on the East Coast here, visiting some family. Excited to be back. I want to make this video as more of a reflection for the previous month. As you can see from the title, what we were able to do last month has shattered our previous record that we documented on our channel sometime a year and a half ago, where I did my biggest month as a recruiter on my own desk. This month, we were able to, as a team, break that and set a new level, which is absolutely incredible. In retrospect, we did about 6 placements. It came out to about $133,000 and some change. But this video isn't about me bragging at all. It's me just wanting to share with you what we've learned, what I've learned myself, what we learned as a team, in hopes that we can continue to duplicate that and go beyond it into the future. And I want to kind of share with you what some of the main takeaways that myself and my team have learned from the previous month. It's kind of crazy, being able to hit 4 figures or even 5 figures was the goal. That's elusive 6 figures per month mark felt like a unicorn, and it felt like more of a real unicorn as we were able to hit it once and then twice and then multiple times, and here we are hitting it again, but this time setting a new record and not just touching it, but being able to just really break through. It still pinches me to date. We're able to do this in a very difficult market, in a very challenging down market where a lot of agencies and recruiters are struggling, a lot of companies are struggling, but it's really a testament to the value that me and my team are able to bring and continue to bring, and that's why we're here. If you're able to really treat this business seriously, be able to build really strong relationships, the business will take care of you, right? And I say that over and over again. If you've been watching for a long time, it just kind of goes to show that what I've been saying, it just happens. It's true. Some of the main takeaways that I want to share with you are the following. So the first is really treat this like a relationship business and do things with a long-term horizon. It's very easy to come into recruiting, to start a business with a very short-term horizon. Like, hey, I just want to start as fast as I can and make money as fast as I can. And if I can, it works. If I can't, it doesn't work. Like, I don't think that's fair to any business. I think if you've seen any videos, if you start a business, it's going to be the toughest decision of your life. You got to give it time. I think closer to at least 12 months with a full commitment, all in. And if you're able to really understand and master the fundamentals, you should be able to find a level of success. And if you decide to quit, even after you gave it all, maybe that could be a good chance to change things up. But I think if you're looking to kind of start a business in the next 30 days, it doesn't work out, you keep swapping, you're just not going to find success just hopping around like that. That's kind of the same mindset you have to follow when it comes to any business, specifically a recruiting business. One of the things that's really important is to really go back to what I said earlier about really treating this business as relationships and really cultivating those relationships, right? And what I mean by that is that every candidate that we talk to, or even every client that we talk to, whether or not we work with them, we do our best to follow up with them, to have a good cadence, to develop a relationship with them. And so out of the 6 placements that we did last month, 2 of them are actually from old clients that kept coming back to us and continues to keep coming back to us because they not only know the value and results that we bring transactionally, but also developed a really great personal relationship with them, right? And so this is why it's important to try to make an effort to get to know your clients and meet them in person and develop that relationship, because they're getting hit left, right, and center with 100 different recruiters a day, and they have a chance and a choice to walk away from you the moment that they feel like it or they want to. And so it's really a blessing that they keep coming back, and it's because we really invest a lot in our relationships, and we really care, and we really want to cultivate those relationships so that they become stronger, and it's not just transactional, it's not just kind of business focused. Again, the focus should be on long term, and don't just kind of focus on making a quick buck and doing shortcuts and doing whatever you can, because if you do that, you can burn bridges. Sure, you can make money, but you'll definitely burn bridges, you'll definitely burn relationships, and you'll definitely hurt yourself more in the long term. Don't do things with a short horizon, do things with a long-term horizon. If that means leaving money on the table, doing things correctly, doing things ethically, leaving people off feeling good about working with you, I promise you that's going to come back to you tenfold in ways that you just can't even fathom or think about right now. But people remember how you made them feel, and whether or not the transaction occurred, a placement happened, they'll be like, wow, I had a great feeling, or I had a great experience with Preston, I want to work with him again and give him another shot. Usually if you're not able to deliver the first time, there's a high chance you can deliver the second, third, fourth time, and then it becomes just a really great kind of self-fulfilling just wheel and just pattern that you can kind of take advantage of later down the career.
Did you just start your own recruitment agency and are struggling getting your own clients? Are you thinking about starting your own agency but afraid to make the jump? Do you have your own clients but you're struggling to find the perfect candidates fast? Do you have a full-time job and want to do recruitment part-time to make more money on the side and have no idea how to? If you answered yes to any of these questions, please consider joining our private community. It is a trust-based community where recruiters around the world can support, collaborate, and work together on placements all around the year consistently. In this community, you will directly have access to the real open jobs of my team and of our members, and you will also have the chance to access trainings, events, giveaways, and much, much more. If you are part of this community, I communicate and work with you as if you were on my own team, and I'll do whatever I can to do a placement together with your client or candidate. So So if you're struggling to get your own clients or candidates and you want a way you can make sure you can be busy all year round by having access to many more open roles, then this is something you need to look into. This is open to people around the world and is open for recruiters in every industry and experience levels, as we will always have a good number of variety of open jobs across sectors, markets, and industries. I'm really happy to say that within the first 30 days, we have already have a new member with minimal recruiting experience do his first placement that had a total fee of almost $30,000 US, and we are working hard to do many more this year. If you are interested and excited, there are only a limited number of spots open, so make sure you sign up quick at patreon.com/recruiterpreston. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Discord. We can set up a time to chat. See you on the other side.
The second big takeaway that we learned is that we didn't just rely on one client. Of course, it's fantastic to do 6, 10 placements with one client every single month. But I think if you have that one client, that's fantastic. I think it's most likely not going to be a forever thing, right? Unless you have like a really great enterprise client, then maybe you can have a good 6-month run, maybe a 12-month run, maybe a couple years. But even if I had that, I would just always feel bad and always feel a little bit nervous that all of my success is coming from one client. And if it is that really a business, or are you just really lucky with just one relationship? What if that relationship goes away? What if it runs out? Then what are you going to do? You're going to be starting from scratch. And so the second biggest takeaway is that we were able to do this with multiple clients, right? Not just one, because we take our client acquisition, our lead generation very seriously, but we also just never turn it off. We always keep it going. So we're always talking and having conversations with clients, regardless of what's happening. And so the great thing about that is that puts us in the power position instead of putting the power to the clients, right? If you're only working with one client or you have 2 clients and they're both horrible or slow or difficult to work with, you're at the mercy of them. But if you have 3, 4, 5 of the clients, 1 or 2 of them are amazing, just work with those guys and then hoping to educate, communicate better with the others and hoping that they improve or get better. If not, you'll always have more and better clients to work with, giving you just less stress, and you're able to sleep better at night because you know that your pipeline is full with more clients coming in. The second biggest takeaway is just making sure you client acquisition seriously. You always do what you can to kind of really create that inbound pipeline, and you keep at it no matter what. The third is we were able to control the whole candidate process really well. We kept it very tight. We know exactly what to do before interviews, after interviews. We know exactly how to stay on top and collect the right information when we do talk to the candidates. We also do know when we have to just keep them engaged or really kind of push back on the candidates to make sure that they remain, accessible, transparent, positive, energetic about your client while interviewing with other companies. We know exactly just how to really control that whole process for our favor, for our client's favor. At the end of the day, I think if our candidate is genuinely interested in our clients, we will do whatever we can to, of course, get them the job. But before that, just to finish that process as much as possible and really convey the information in real time, both to the clients and also manage accordingly to the candidates, so that if an offer does come out, you can drastically improve that needle and the probability for the client accepting the offer over any other offers or any other interviews they have going on right now. So we know how to do things very systematically, what to do in every single process, how to coordinate, how to follow up emails, calls, etc. throughout the entire process. So we know that by the time the candidate reaches the 4th stage, the final, the pre-offer, the offer, the close, unless we're drastically blindsided or something happens that is just out of our control entirely, it's pretty predictable, hopefully, how things will turn out. I think that's extremely important. I think a lot of recruiters just kind of find resumes and send them and just, chill, cross their fingers and don't do anything. I think that is not recruiting. I think that's more of a lottery thing. And I think anyone can find resumes, but how do you make sure that you find someone that's not only a good fit, but he or she remains engaged with your influence? And most importantly, you also get the client fired up as well. And speaking of the client, I think the last takeaway that I do want to share with you is not only are we able to manage the candidate accordingly, but we know exactly how to manage the clients as well. You have to find and understand the right ways to push back, to advocate for your candidates, to push the clients, to extract information from the clients. You have to also be able to create really good check-ins and the cadences with the clients throughout the process, pre-offer, during offer, post-offer, so that we know if, again, things that are not blindsiding us and things completely out of the radar or anomaly situations don't happen, that it's a high probability or very predictable ending on how it can turn out, right? I think aside from just finding a resume and submitting it, you have to know exactly how to manage not only on the candidate side and client side. It sounds simple, but it takes a lot of just patience, communicating. It takes a lot of empathy and understanding also the right opportunities and moments moments for you to be able to fight, push back, argue, or succumb, so that you also just keep both sides very, very happy. I think the toughest thing was just being accessible and choosing also not to give up. I think out of the 6, 2 or 3 of them had a chance to not go our way, but it was from being there every situation, being willing to be there every situation, taking calls early on the weekends or at night. We were just able to honestly make it happen. But if we didn't also have that systematic check-ins and relationship building with the candidates and clients from day one, then I think we'd have a lot more less influence and impact on the whole thing. It's just been absolutely wild to continue to set new records. This was something that I dreamt of doing, and being able to do it now multiple times just goes to show that what we're doing works. And it works in 2024, it worked in 2020, it worked in 2016 or 15 when I started. It's going to work again in 2025 and 2030, and we'll rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And so again, super, super, super grateful to our candidates, our clients, our team, that we continue to make it happen. We're just not in it for 1 or 2 years. We're in it for the long game, and I think that to me is what success should be defined by, is how you're able to still be around 3 to 5, 10 years from now. I've been doing this for almost 10 years. We're still here. We're still setting records, and we're still making happen, working with amazing clients who want to work with us, who are, impacting, changing the world, or they have tons and tons of users with their awesome consumer-facing, product or service that's just gone viral or gaining just a significant user adoption. So I love what I do. I love working with awesome innovators and brands, but I also love changing one career at a time. Most importantly, walking away, hearing amazing feedback and getting texts and calls and emails from candidates and clients that, they just loved working with us and they can't wait to do it again. And so there's a lot more for me to continue to get better. I don't ever want to settle. I always want to find things how I can improve and just be the best that we can. But I hope that this can give you a little inspiration, a little motivation. Hitting these numbers is possible. And I also was able to do these numbers without a team. I did this by myself. And I think if you know the fundamentals well, there's no reason why you can't make 1, 2, 3, 500, 700 or more. I think that's more important than having a team of 10, being able to do, 2 to 300. I think it's more important to have being a solo recruiter or being 1 or 2, being able to hit those same numbers. And that's only possible by really mastering the fundamentals, working hard at being consistent, knowing all the right tools and plugins, and establishing the right foundation, and just getting it done and executing. Onward and upward, can we break 140? Can we break 150? TBD, we'll see it happens. When it happens, we'll of course make a video of it. But again, it's not about the money. It's about our main takeaways. It's about what we did to kind of get to this point and what we can do to use this as a stepping stone to hit bigger and larger goals. So I hope you liked this video. Again, apologies for the different set here. We'll be back in our home office soon, but I hope you like this video. If you want to see and hear more videos just like these, where we would just kind of break down our successes and milestones or deals, please let me know. But appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.